sis, of course, I did not forget about your birthday or your birthday message. I have just been incredibly busy across the board, but I never listen. I might not be at the exact time, but I'm always on time, okay? And I'm glad I waited to send you this message because I knew that I was going to send it, but I sent it in my own divine timing. Um, long story short, I did something for someone recently out of, my heart. It wasn't something that I, on paper, necessarily could have afforded to do, but I knew that the person needed it. I think this is your card right here, so I'm going to stop shuffling. I think the person needed it, and I said, you know what, it's going to come back to me tenfold. I just want to bless her because, her mom had died. What am I doing? I just said that was your card, right? Let me keep shuffling because I lost the card, so maybe it wasn't yours. Anyway, her mom died. It was a client of mine. I said I need to do something for her. I did it. The next day, I was able to find this deck that I've been looking for at least 2 years now because it's out of print. The only one that I was able to find last year was like around $500. I tried to talk the seller down. I think he finally settled on like $250, which was still too much for me. And but I was trying to figure out ways to get it. Mind you, this has been like a hunt for 2 years. Long story short, I was able to finally get the deck this past week. It actually came on Sunday. It wasn't $500. It was still very expensive, but the fact that I was able to find it was very divine and it was miraculous, honestly. This is So basically, I got this deck on Sunday, and I've done so many readings for myself since then. It's the most powerful deck, and all I can say is if you ever trusted and believed me before, 150,000% put that trust in me now, because this is the most powerful deck that I've come across thus far, and just for many reasons. So I just want to give you a little quick birthday read. I actually unlike my other decks, I actually do follow a layout with this deck because they provide specific layouts to connect to the higher beings who who work with us, the entities that work with us in this deck. And I actually do read from the guidebook, which is something you also very rarely see me do with other decks because there are specific messages here. So I'm going to do a 1-card pull for you, and in this deck a 1-card layout is called Insight. So I'm just going to pull from the top of the deck here, and we have the Mal deck from the planets, what's the word I'm looking for? Suit. So as you can see here, the one card would be the Insight layout. The 1-card layout is the Insight layout. We have the Mal deck from the planet suit. And let me just look up this page that has the meaning for this card. And this is this is an Insight card, so it's going to give you guidance. And actually, I'll read what it's supposed to do. So that page is 193. So let me just I'm going to find that page first, and then after I find the page for this card, I'm just going to explain a little bit about the layout. All right, so, okay, the layout of the Insight card states that the first method is the single card draw. This spread is helpful when the seeker, which is you, desires a quick insight or an illuminating energy that defines the now moment or the outcome most likely to manifest from present circumstances. So, like the Tower card in a traditional tarot deck, Mal deck symbolizes the tearing down or coming apart of events. Though this card can mean we are caught in a downward spiral of self-destruction, it normally signifies that it is sometimes necessary for our plans to fall apart before we can finally see the naked path that will be best for us to take. Too much structure and rigidity when we are faced with the inevitable tide of change can cause our inflexible facades to snap and crumble, plummeting us into dark despair. We must learn to bend like a sapling in the wind if we are to thrive. And I always tell people this. I want you to bend, not break. A complete spiritual, mental, emotional, and even physical inventory of our condition must be taken to assess our ability to adapt. So right now you need to continue to work on your spirituality, your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. It has to be a holistic approach to this renewal that you're going to have in your life. This card cautions that if our energy becomes too scattered, spinning off in too many directions at once, we must pull ourselves together. So you don't want to be a Jane of all trades and a master of none here. We want you to make a decision and make it the right decision by sticking to it. We need to become more cohesive and holistic. Girl, I just said holistic. And our approach or our dreams could shatter upon the rocks of our egotistical insistence. So you know you're talented, you know you're smart, but don't let that ego drive you, because you got to be the whole package within yourself first before you can be a good worker or employee for anybody. Habits can sometimes be difficult to change. By allowing things to come crashing down, we can give ourselves a chance to clear away the debris and start over with a clean slate. So I always tell people, rock bottom is a perfect place to build upon. So work on everything holistically, and that should be the movement forward for you. All right, sis, happy birthday. And
That's my birthday.
Let's talk about it. Let's chat soon. It's Miss Sherry's birthday. Say happy birthday, Miss Sherry.
Hi, happy birthday, Miss Sherry.
Say, I hope you had a wonderful, beautiful dinner.
I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful dinner.
Okay, say thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by.
Say peace.
Peace.